Okay, so this is Ralph, and I'm testing some video cameras here. I just did a microphone test on a separate video, and the microphone on the new Jellycomb webcam was pretty bad. So I can't imagine wanting to use that microphone. I compared it to the microphone on HD 1080p webcam that's about 3 years old, and I compared it to the microphone on my old Logitech C310 720p webcam, which is over here. Now, granted, all the microphones on these webcams are bad. Right now, I'm using the Audio-Technica condenser USB mic over here, and I'm going to keep using that microphone. It's been working well for me. If it's not perfect, that's okay for what I use, you know, YouTube videos, Zoom meetings, and stuff like that. This microphone has definitely been well worth it. So yeah, the built-in microphones on any of the web cameras, not good at all. So now I'm just doing a video test. I took some stills with the webcams a little bit earlier, and I guess I can, I'm not sharing my screen, so no big deal there. I guess we'll see it here. Let's see, so yeah, right now I'm using the Jellycomb webcam 1080p, and I did a low light comparison last night, and in low light it definitely sucked. You know, just totally yeah, everything was dim except for, of course, my face, which was glowing white. Obviously I'm pretty light skinned anyway, but yeah, it was just crap compared to the generic HD 1080p camera that I use sometimes, and even my really old Logitech 720p camera. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and switch over. So right now it's the Jellycomb 1080p. I'm going to switch over to the other 1080p camera, which is literally just inches away from the Jellycomb. And yeah, I use this one from time to time during maybe videos, not so much during Zoom sessions and stuff like that. But yeah, I think there's a, you know, I don't think the Jellycomb is better than this older generic camera. I don't even know what brand it is. So yeah, I kind of like the colors on the older camera a little bit better. So this is the old 1080p, pretty much the exact same angle. Literally these cameras are maybe 2 inches apart from each other on my secondary monitor. And now I'm gonna jump over to my old Logitech C310. Now that camera is right in front of me, and I typically use it, and clearly it's not as sharp and not as crisp. That's cool. I do have some weird backlighting going on because the sun's going in through my window, so that's normally not happening when I'm doing a lot of my recording. It's just before 9 a.m., so the sun's at a temporary position, but oh well. However, I do like this camera a lot for Zoom meetings and things like that, so I'll use it for Zoom sessions. It's a little bit closer to me. It's a little bit more full frame, obviously, and been quite happy with it, especially if I'm using my mic off to the side. So those are the three webcams that I've got set up. Let me jump back over to the one I'm really experimenting with, though, and that's the Jellycomb HD camera. Now, by the way, I got the little light off. It's got this little ring light, which I haven't noticed any difference in my still shots. Certainly no discernible difference. So right now the light is off. And we tap it. Now we've got the, looks like that's the warm daylight maybe, or the warm light or something. There's two light modes, so that's the warm light. See if there's any difference there. And give it a tap. Now it's the daylight, I think. The other one was the warm light. Now it's the bright white daylight. You can tap and hold and it'll dim those lights. I think right now they're on their brightest settings. So I don't know if it works. At the brightest setting, it's certainly distracting though, because I do have this light on me. Now, if I was holding a document up, it probably is great for that kind of stuff. You can see the reflection of that green light on there. So, and I don't know if maybe if this camera was really close, maybe it's better, but that's not how I would use it. The webcams are, 2.5 feet away. They're on top of my displays. So that's how I would use it. Let me tap again. Oh, now it's warm lighting. Any difference? Yeah. And then now the light is off. Yeah, I don't have the eye to notice those slight differences. If it's helping, who knows? So yeah, so thanks for hanging out with me and checking out these various cameras. Testing 1, 2, 3. So let's see. I'm using the new camera, but I'm using my standard USB microphone right there. So testing 1, 2, 3. Test. And let's see, I'm going to switch over to the microphone on the new camera. This is the Jellycomb. Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3. That microphone has just been switched over to the Jellycomb camera. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Haven't moved my position. I don't know, camera's what, maybe 2.5 feet away at the most, 2 feet away. All right, testing, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to switch over the microphone to the USB live cam, which is next to the Jellycomb camera. I don't know if I've ever used that microphone before. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so obviously I'm still using the same camera, the Jellycomb camera, but in theory I'm using the microphone on the HD widescreen webcam. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. Testing, 1, 2, 3. And just so that we can do another comparison, I'm going to switch the microphone over to the old Logitech 720p. So that microphone is probably about 4 or so inches closer to me. It's in a front-facing camera. The camera's off over this direction. I'm still using the Jellycomb camera for video, but I'm using the microphone on the Logitech camera. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. And now I'm going to finish off by heading back over to my tried and true Audio-Technica USB condenser mic. So now I'm still using the Jellycomb camera, but I've moved back over to my USB microphone, the Jellycomb. I'm sorry, not the Jellycomb, the Audio-Technica USB mic. All right, so and now we'll find out how those microphones compare.